Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the gym. It is your guy, Boulanger, and up next, we're going to be completing our series on Beasts of the AFC North offensive segment, and we're going to be talking solely about the offensive line. Do me a quick favor, hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get updates when we upload new content. Let's go. Now, offensive line is not one of those exciting conversations, but it's a conversation that's vital to an offensive production because everything happens behind the offensive line, the quarterback protection, running back scheme, and the time you get to throw the ball to the wide receiver. So offensive line is super, super important. So up first, man, is the Cleveland Browns, who lineups has ranked number 2 in all of the NFL going into the 2023 season. So of course they take the top spot in the AFC North Division. Lineups also had the Cleveland Browns ranked at the number 2 position in 2022. So Cleveland has stayed consistently great at pass blocking and also run blocking. Cleveland is littered with Pro Bowlers along that offensive line. With three of those guys having been Pro Bowlers at some point in their career. Most notable names along that offensive line, best players are, I believe he's a left guard, by Antonio, and also Coughlin playing the right tackle position. But they're solid across that whole offensive line. Having a young left tackle in Wales who is, still developing and growing. As an offensive lineman. So Cleveland comes in at the number 1 spot in the AFC North Division, rated now as a 4 because they're finishing in that top 8 position. All right. Believe it or not, the Baltimore Ravens are ranked as the number 3 best offensive line going into the 2023 season, according to lineups. Lineups also had the Baltimore Ravens ranked at number 4 going into the 2022 season. And so Baltimore has remained consistently good as it pertains to these metrics. Baltimore's going to return 4 of 5 starters from last year. Hopefully, Ronnie Stanley will enter the 2023 season healthy. Ben Cleveland is going to replace Ben Powers at that left guard position. Hopefully, Tyler Linderbaum, a young stud who showed up big last year after being drafted number 25. You got Kevin Zeitler, a stud, rock solid at that right guard position, and Morgan Moses, who I hope improves in the Todd Monken scheme in 2023. And so so Baltimore has had some consistency, and they must afford Ben Cleveland um, some credit for stepping in for Ben Powers, because Ben Powers probably for the whole season was the best offensive lineman the Baltimore Ravens had last year, rating high in both pass and run blocking. Matter of fact, the highest in run and pass blocking on the Baltimore offensive line. And so they come in the number 2 spot in the AFC North Division, rating out as a 4 because they're in the top 8 position group. There's a significant drop off when we get down to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They come in the number 3 spot in the AFC North Division, and they're rated at number 18 overall offensive line going into 2023 by lineups. And they were rated number, I think, 27 going into the 2022 season. So they've had a significant jump with a big addition in Roderick Jones playing the left tackle, first round draft pick, big guy, massive guy, violent hands, and has a mean streak to him, and so he's going to be protecting Kenny Pickett's blind side. The Pittsburgh Steelers had the only team play all 5 offensive linemen in every game, start every game last year. So they're going to have some continuity, and then an upgraded left tackle. So Pittsburgh certainly will come out well in the 2023 season, but they come in at the number 3 spot in the AFC North Division, and they unfortunately have to get a 2 because they are in that third segment of 8, and then bringing up the rear and the number 4 spot, also rating out at a 2, is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals rated 19 coming into this season. 2023, and they rated lower than that. I can't remember the rating at this point in time going into the 2022 season. Cincinnati has been consistently overhauling this offensive line. They had four new starters coming into last year after their free agency and drafting some players. And then they're going to have a complete overhaul, 5 of 5, as they brought in Orlando Brown this offseason to upgrade that left tackle position. So they should be better, but they're all going to be learning and growing together. but they come in that last spot, rated now as a 2. And so every team has a narrative surrounding their offensive line. Cleveland Brown, most continuity. Baltimore Ravens, uh, getting healthy, especially at that left tackle position, and integrating Ben Cleveland at the left guard position. Uh, the Pittsburgh Steelers, um, continuity, but also having a big upgrade at that left guard, at the left tackle position with the first round pick. And then the Cincinnati Bengals, kind of a wait and see, what can they expect as they continue to add new pieces to their offensive line. And so So that's kind of the offensive line assessment. I knew that it wouldn't be a long video only because unless you know a team's offensive line because it's your team or their household name, you will not know much about the offensive line. But it's super, super important. So it looks like, man, all the results are in, and we'll have a follow-up video coming out on Monday with the results. Who is the beast offensively? Who is the best offensively in the AFC North? Because every team except for the Baltimore Ravens has spent time in one of those top spots. So listen, let me know what you guys know about these offensive lines. Let me know who you guys think to make the biggest leap. And do the Baltimore Ravens deserve to be in that number 3 spot? Super, super interesting to see them rated that high. I'm your guy, Boulanger. This is the GM, and I'm out.